By Desert Schools, we're here for you. By Dignity Health, hello human kindness. And by Hyundai, proud partner of the Cardinals.
Getting ready for the start of action here at the University of Phoenix Stadium, and let's check in with the third member of our broadcast team. Here's Jody Jackson.
That's right, Rich. You know, in this fourth preseason game, we really don't see starters, but there will be a couple of guys who will start in the regular season. Brandon Williams at cornerback, the rookie, will get a little bit of work, but at corner, they went from depth to not having as much. With Mike Jenkins last year, we saw what preseason injuries can do. He tore an ACL, and he is placed on IR. So I'm not sure really how long we'll see Brandon Williams in there, but Justin Bethel is not going to play in this game. Still experiencing some soreness, had the surgery in April, left foot fracture. He's feeling fine from that, but they're just going to be careful with that one. As far as Robert Kondichi, again, a guy that will contribute hopefully heavily in the regular season. We will see him out here tonight. I talked to defensive coordinator James Betcher just before the game. He said, look, Kondichi, I see him playing maybe 15 to 20 snaps in that Patriots game. That's just to start. It could be more. So, guys, even though this is the battle, the fight for 53, we will see some guys out there early on in this one who will be guys that start in the regular season.
Yeah, thank you, Jody. And the big one for Coach and everybody else, Wolf, yeah, you want to see people, you want to take a look, but you want to get out of here healthy.
Yeah, that you've got to find your 53. It's really interesting because Bruce Arians was talking about the fact that, you know, there might be 12 guys in the mix for 4 roster spots. And again, I'm not saying that he's not being genuine when he says that, Rich. But for me, you know what? I think they have a pretty good idea right now who their 53 are going to be. Now, there may be 2 or 3 guys here tonight that can come out and change the minds of Bruce Arians and the coaching staff. But this is a very, very talent-laden team, and a team that is going to be very difficult to trim down to 53 because they got about 58 NFL players.
Good problems to have.
Indeed.
Cardinals won the toss. They're going to take the ball. Brandon McManus going to kick it off. J.J. Nelson back deep. Denver, the defending Super Bowl champions, won Super Bowl 50 against the Carolina Panthers, and they'll get the start of the regular season going on a week from tonight, next Thursday, in the Mile High City against those very same Carolina Panthers, but it'll be a different looking Bronco team. No more Peyton Manning.
That's enough. That's enough of a change.
McManus. And Nelson will take a knee. Well, the game tonight belongs to number 9, Matt Barkley, trying to make this team.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult proposition for Matt, but here's a guy that played much better in the last preseason game than what the Cardinals have seen in practice or the other preseason games for that matter. Matt Barkley did a very nice job, and you know, this is an opportunity for Matt to come out here and actually get some reps that he can lay down on tape, and then maybe if it's not here, maybe he can actually catch on somewhere else.
Drafted by the Eagles and traded over to the Cardinals. Williams the back, but on first down, Arizona going to go to the air and over the middle and batted away incomplete, trying to get it to Golden. Other guys to keep an eye on for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Ifeanyi Moma is a guy, you know, I think he's made this team as a 4th tight end, but you never know. They're so deep in so many other rooms. You got Britton Golden as well in a jam-packed wide receiver room, and then Cole Toner, a guy that really has been impressive here, the rookie pick out of Harvard.
John Brown is in the game for the Cardinals. He's to the top of your screen. And they'll go to the ground, and a handoff and a spin, and Williams is met immediately and dropped.
One of the things the Cardinals have got to do is get that running game going, and we have seen it in preseason. They've done an excellent job. You see Ifeanyi Moma right here. This is his challenge. Can you actually block the edge? Can you get drive on the edge? And Ifeanyi Moma right there kind of got stuffed, and that has been his nemesis.
That doesn't play well anywhere. It really doesn't play well on a Bruce Arians offense. 3rd down and 9. Barkley, time in the pocket. And the backfield complete to Williams, and he's cut down at the 30. Will Parks with the tackle.
I think you can go back to that first down play right there where Matt Barkley had Britton Golden on the crossing route, had the opportunity to hit him in stride, threw the ball behind him. It's little things like that, Richie, that make all the difference in the world.
Raymond back deep. Butler waiting for the snap. And a nice high punt. That's going to turn over and be fielded at the 20. And a good special teams tackle as they got Raymond to the turf before he could get the corner. Brandon Williams down to the special team stop after a 49-yard punt.
Boy, that is a nice job right there by Brandon Williams. Boy, you watch this. This is a dangerous cover by the Cardinals. When you see all those red shirts bunched up like that, that means somebody better have contained. And it appeared as though Brandon Williams had contained. Almost lost it, but eventually made the play.
Paxton Lynch, the first-round draft pick out of Memphis, will get the game tonight for the Broncos. Bibbs will get the first rush, and that'll be a gain of 11 on first down, and there's certainly some orange here in the nest, and they'll cheer that 11-yard pickup. Paxton Lynch, a lot of chatter about him coming up to the draft. A lot of people wanted him. The Broncos got him.
Really looking forward to watching Paxton Lynch here tonight and see his development. He's a guy that's got every tool you could possibly want as a Q.
Another handoff and another hole for Bibbs. And he'll get 7. And some Cardinals to keep the Wolves' eye on tonight on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you got Xavier Williams. Here is a guy that is so talented, an undrafted guy. Josh Morrow as well, a guy that is smart and tough. You got Marquis Christian and Cariel Brooks on the bubble tonight.
Lynch going to put it in the air for the first time, and it's complete to the outside. Breaking a tackle and getting into the open field is Taylor, and he's going to go the distance. 57-yard touchdown pass from Lynch to Taylor on the first-round draft pick's first throw of the game.
Missed tackles. You just cannot have them. And you can see Cariel Brooks, a guy that's on the bubble, has got to react better and look for the ball. Paxton Lynch did throw it to the outside shoulder, but that is horrific tackling. That's a tough way right there for this game to start for Cariel Brooks.
And McManus pounds it through, and a sharp start to the game for the Broncos offense. They go 75 yards in 3 plays and get 7 on the board.
My grandpa used to say, pay no mind, pay the fine. And you can see Cariel Brooks right here. He's got to do a better job getting that head around and expecting the ball. He's reacting a little late. And then, of course, you cannot miss the tackle in that situation right there. A tough way for that young guy to actually start this game.
McManus, this one driven even deeper, and it drives Nelson out of the back of the end zone. Same starting field position on their second offensive possession. Another opportunity for Matt Barkley.
You know, the Cardinals' running game has always been what has jump-started this offense. And I know it's part of BA's bash and bomb philosophy. That's how they got it going last week, as a matter of fact, with David Johnson running the ball. And then their offense started to click. Let's see if they can get it going here.
Williams the back. Just one wide receiver is Brown. Williams going to get the handoff and take it over the right side for a nice gain on first down.
Yeah, that's really nice right there. 12 personnel, you got one back and you got two tight ends. That is the staple of Bruce Arians' offense, especially in rundown situation. You can see it right here. They're actually running the power without the pull, and so much of the time this play bounces to the outside, and Kerwin Williams with a nice little jab of the foot and then went north.
Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. Williams right up the gut for a first down.
What, did you see that push at the point of attack right there, Richie? That's what Harold Goodwin wants to see. That's what Bruce Arians wants to see as well. That interior push, removing the line of scrimmage. Watch this right here at the point of attack. Look at the deuce block down the field. Anquan McLean doing a good job right there. Excellent at the point of attack.
Ballas, the tight end, started in the backfield. Brown in motion on first down. Good play action. Barkley, time, hit, and the ball comes out. And Denver has the football.
Oh, that is tough right there. Once again, 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, and now they come with the play action. And it looked like Matt Barkley pulled it down and then didn't secure it. And that is the problem right there. You've got Kerwin Williams trying to pick up on the play action, pulled it down, but if you're going to pull it down, you better secure it.
Norman got the hit, Anderson got the recovery.
Well, he was looking at a crossing route right in front of him, and I'm surprised he didn't let it go the first time. But if you're going to go ahead and pump it and bring it back in, man, you got to put 2 hands on that ball, especially coming off of play action.
On first down, Lynch going to roll right. Open receiver. It's a completion near the sticks. Most Frazier, the rookie out of Memphis. So Lynch hitting his former teammate for a gain of 10.
Well, this is so Gary Kubiak right here, isn't it? I mean, this is what he loves, and that's what he wants to see from Paxton Lynch. Guy that is very, very mobile, a great athlete. Run the play action. Here comes the boot. Here comes the waggle, Richie.
First down. Bibbs looking for a little room, plants his foot and muscles it up for a pair.
Anytime you go against a tackle zone team, a team that runs the outside zone, you better have edge players that can hold up at the point of attack and set the edge. That's exactly what the Cardinals did on that last play. You set that edge, you say, hey, listen, you're not going to run it outside of me, so everyone that's honoring their gap on the inside, you make the play.
Lynch, short drop on 2nd and 8. Incomplete, trying to get it to the 6'5" Jordan Taylor, who had the touchdown pass earlier. Brandon Williams step for step.
Boy, this is something that Brandon Williams has got to do so much better. They got him one-on-one on the outside. Look for the ball. He's got to do a better job of looking for the ball. And I wouldn't look at the low shoulder. I wouldn't look at the back shoulder. Not based on the positioning he had. He's got to look at the field shoulder, the touchdown shoulder.
3rd and 8. Taylor goes in motion. Lynch under pressure, throws off the hand of Taylor, incomplete at the 12.
You said it right there, Richie. Under pressure. A 4-man rush. Alex Okafor doing a nice job. Look at this 4-man rush by the Cardinals, and Oak gets the edge. And then right into the ribs. Boy, do you know what that feels like, Richie? Have you ever been kicked by a donkey? That is what it feels like to get the shoulder pad and the helmet right into the ribs.
No. Keep it that way. Well, 33 yards out, McManus. And the Broncos get 3 off the turnover. And Denver scores in each of their 2 offensive possessions and takes a 10-0 lead. Experience the new Contour from Cox. Experience cable TV redefined. Visit Cox.com/contour for details.
You know, even though Brandon Williams did not get beat on that fade, once again, this is part of the development here and a teaching moment for the coaches on film.
Nelson will take a knee for the third time tonight. Arizona will start at 25.
So important for Brandon Williams to continue to develop. Richie, I believe he's going to be your starting corner opposite of Patrick Peterson, not only in week 1, but I think they're going to throw him out there. I think they're going to throw him out there to the wolves, so to speak, and just say, hey, listen, you've got all this talent. You got to learn how to play this position right here. So you know what? We're not facing a prolific passing attack or quarterback for the first 6 weeks of the season. You better learn.
Williams on first down, and Williams trying to get outside, cut down after a gain of a couple.
Oh, you can see the Arizona Cardinals come back to trying to run the football once again. Such a big part of what Bruce Arians does, and Kerwin Williams has got some shiftiness to him. Quicker than a he cub, as my old coach used to say. He's got those nice feet.
Williams' numbers in the preseason. Play action on 2nd down and 8, and Barkley gets into one, got a receiver, it's caught by Golden, and he's deep in Bronco territory.
Oh, that's going to look good on film, Benny. Make it hard on him. I love it. It looks like the Cardinals may only keep 2, but why not say, hey, you better think of keeping 3 right here. This is a great read and a great throw. You can see Golden right there. J.J. Nelson cleared it out, and here comes the corner underneath on man cover. That is a perfect pass, well executed, and that is the Arizona Cardinal offense in a nutshell.
Golden beats Doss for a gain of 40. Back to the ground game, and they'll pound away with Williams, who's gotten all the carries thus far. Nixon with the stop.
Pass me a Kleenex, Richie. That is a thing of beauty. I got a tear coming out of the corner of my eye. You line up in 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, and you run the inside zone, and you rip it for 5 or 6 yards. That is a thing of beauty.
Second down and 5. Right straight ahead again, and the Broncos this time are ready.
Now Cardinals coming with a little counter OF. You pull the uncovered lineman. This time they were trying to attack to their right, attacking the left side of that defensive front. You kick out on the end man on the line of scrimmage with that guard, the uncovered guard. Then you have the tight end run up through, try to pick up the linebacker. It's a very, very physical play. Down blocks and kick out.
Williams gets a breather. Elijah Penny comes in, rookie from Idaho. Golden in motion. Barkley, shotgun snap. Golden again. First down, Arizona. Doss with the tackle. It'll move the sticks.
Well, this is nice right here. The Denver Broncos close the middle of the field, and it looks as though they're playing a zone right here, and Britton Golden sits it down. He recognizes the zone, sits it down, and Matt Barkley with some rhythm and timing. He's got a thing going, I think, with Britton Golden right now.
Penny the back, Golden motions. Penny squares it up and powers his way to the 10.
Oh, that is beautiful, is it not? Once again, the Denver Broncos, they're only putting 7 in the box. That's 12 personnel. That's 2 tight ends. 7 in the box. You're going to run the ball. You better be able to run it effectively against 7 in the box. You can see Penny right here. Watch this. Boom. Dip that shoulder a little bit. Give somebody a face full of helmet.
Moma with a nice block on that one. Wolf, one of the guys you told us to keep an eye on. Penny again. Cardinals are now in the CDW red zone. Here's what they did last season inside the opponent's 20. 2016 preseason. Game number 4, we'll shift it over. 9 opportunities, 3 scores.
I promise you, they're going to be a lot better in the red zone than those numbers indicate.
Top offense in the NFL last year.
But right here, I love the fact they've got the running game going once again. I'd continue to pound it.
1st and goal at the 9. Penny at 234. Biggest Cardinal back. And they'll let him unload. They'll push it down inside the 5.
Oh, this is beautiful right here. You want drive. You want your offensive linemen to remove people from the line of scrimmage. Watch this. Now there's 8 in the box for the Denver Broncos. Doesn't matter. You get a hat on a hat, and you let that big guy, 6'2", 235 pounds, let him dip that shoulder and rip it.
Kyle Cragen, the rookie from Cal, thinking that guy's a load. Spun him. And they'll try it again. And we're able to get some pressure in the backfield and knock him off balance.
Yeah, some penetration right now. And the butt guts love this. The big guys up front, they absolutely love it. The guys that take all of that goodness that their gut represents and they use their butt to actually move people off the ball. They love this kind of stuff. This is bloody knuckle, this possession.
3rd and goal at the 2. Gresham, the tight end, split out right. And they'll run heading left. And they'll be stopped just short. Penny looked like he had it, and the Broncos snuffed it out.
I'll be shocked if BA sends the extra point field goal team out here right now. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to go for it. Watch this. You're running the tackle zone. Ifeadi Moba getting a nice job. Oh, Penny's got to get that in. I mean, you got to get the pad level down, and you got to rip it in there. He was running way too high.
Anderson and Tidwell finished him off. 4th and goal, as you predicted. Penny the back. And Barkley going to go to the air. Back shoulder cut by Nelson. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Boy, I'll tell you, that makes you feel good, doesn't it, Matt Barkley? Throwing the back shoulder fade. J.J. Nelson as well. This is his charge. He's got to be able to run routes and catch the ball and be consistent with his hands. He's got to be able to run the short to intermediate routes, not just the 8 route down the middle of the field or the 9 route over the top, not just the huge chunk throws. J.J. Nelson's got to get better and be more consistent with his hands on the short to intermediate. And that was a great throw by Barkley.
And 0 gets it down to a 3-point game. th play gets a touchdown from Barkley to Nelson. Nice drive by the Cardinals. J.J. Nelson and the Cardinals make it 10-7. No matter if it's preseason, that still feels good. Scoring drive presented by Santan Ford. Santan Ford at the Arizona Cardinals. Team is what it takes. 11 plays, 75 yards, and the touchdown pass from Matt Barkley. Wells Fargo donates $500 public schools through the Passing Touchdown for Schools program. Wells Fargo, together we'll go far.
The dreaded back shoulder fade. Unguardable.
On 4th and goal after you've been pounding it. And that one pounded through the back of the end zone.
Hey, no risk it, no biscuit. Isn't that right, B.A.?
I think everybody thought they were going to maybe pound it again. Over the top. Nelson, 10-7. 10-7, 3:20 to go in the first. Be part of the excitement this season. Tickets available for all Cardinal home games. Go online to Ticketmaster.com. Visit the Cardinals box office. And go to the phone. Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
get him going early.
Grow strong, grasshoppers.
Lindsey's got himself a favorite target, and the Cardinals are having a tough time getting Jordan Taylor down to the turf.
Boy, this is not good right here. If you're looking at Brandon Williams, You're over Jordan Taylor right now. You got to make that tackle. You have got to make that tackle and make that play. I mean, it's nothing but a 4-route on the outside, and you cannot miss that tackle.
Game 17. Do a little end around. And Raymond is going to get stopped toward the midfield. Williams there to make the tackle.
What, did you see the physicality right there out of Brandon Williams on this reverse? This is the Brandon Williams that everyone saw in training camp, especially early on. And this was his MO coming in. Look at him. Take the buckle right there. Wrap off. That is a firm, strong physical tackle by Brandon Williams.
Third-round draft pick of Texas A&M. Lynch on second down. That cannon for an arm, throws it, and Frazier goes up the ladder and stabs it out of the air for a first down.
Wow, Robert Kendichi right here off the play action gets the penetration. Watch him right here get the penetration coming through the B gap and gets Paxton Lynch to the ground. What a great throw though by Paxton Lynch.
Kendichi, first round pick, 29th overall. Second time the Cardinals have popped Lynch. Pitch now, pitch to the right side. About 3.
A nice job right there by Zamora coming up and making that tackle. Wrapping up. Tackling is something that, especially at the NFL level, you just don't practice it the way that they used to in the past. They just don't get live reps in practice.
Second down and 8. It's going to go left. Caught around the legs and dropped. It's Stinson with the tackle. And to your point, Wolf, not a lot of live tackling in practice makes these games that much more important to figure out who can and who can't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You just can't practice it the way that they used to. It's so difficult because of that. Technique has really suffered. What a nice job by Ed Stinson right there, coming down the line and making that play. What a pro he is.
3rd and 4. Lynch pass is too high, incomplete. Wanted Frazier, his former Memphis teammate. Zamora had the coverage.
Yeah, nice job by Zamora right there. Right now the Denver Broncos came out here and they've got their physicality and their intensity level amped up a little bit. Doesn't seem like the Cardinals on that possession, at least, in the interior box in particular. The front 7, they didn't match that intensity.
Manis trying to get his second field goal of the night. No good from 46. Score holds 10-7 after the missed field goal. 10-7, Denver over Arizona, 12 seconds to go in this first quarter of preseason game number 4. Matt Barkley was shaky right at the beginning, looking really good on the last drive. See if he can continue it.
And it all started, Richie, with the Cardinals running the ball. A lot of 12 personnel like they're in right now.
Williams the back. Golden motions. Started again, nice bounce out. Met and dropped just past the 40.
Well, there it is again in rundown situation. 1st and 10, success running the ball out of 12 personnel.
No shortage of action in the first 15 minutes. Honey Badger gets the night off, as do the rest of the starters, but some good hitting going on as the battle for 53 continues here in Arizona. Denver with a 10-7 lead. Carson Palmer, Drew Stanton looking on. Second quarter ready to start. 15 minutes before halftime. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com today. Williams again. On second down, he'll move the chains and pick up another first.
It's a beautiful thing, it really is. Kerwin Williams running the inside zone. That's kind of the belly play. See him belly this right here. Cut that thing back. You've got 12 personnel almost exclusively here out of Bruce Arians and this offense.
Advantage for Arizona in the rushing yard department. Williams again, and he'd be the epitome of a fringe guy. 7th round pick in 2013. Been on and around rosters for the Colts, the Chargers, and now the Cardinals.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Kerwin Williams, a guy I know the Arizona Cardinals really, really like. Yet he is squarely on the bubble tonight. He's playing very, very well. This guy is going to play in the National Football League somewhere. But maybe it's just a numbers game here. We're going to keep 4 running backs, in my opinion, and I think he's the 5th.
Second down and 8. Barkley going back to work, and it'd be incomplete. Hubert was out there, and he got tied up with Nixon.
Yeah, Chris Hubert, a guy that is so diminutive. It looked like they were trying to run a double move out there, but Hubert had a hard time. It looked like he lost his footing or got jammed, got knocked off balance on that double move, and that's why Barkley sailed it way over his head.
Barkley career just 50 passes in the regular season. It seems like you've known about him forever. Started as a freshman at USC and has been in the spotlight ever since. 3rd down and 8, and just going to get it off. And over the middle and complete to Nelson.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful because J.J. Nelson did a great job running that route. Cover 3, 3 deep, 4 underneath. They only rush 4. Good protection, good pocket right here. Barkley throws a strike on that deep in route to J.J. Nelson.
Good for 17 in the first down from the 35. Back to the ground part of it. Williams again. Running strong.
Boy, can you hear the clashing of the pads down there? That is, to an old school football player, that is a thing of beauty. Chopin. Just listen to this right here, Richie. That's a beautiful sound.
Second down, 5. Ground again. This time Denver is ready. Williams spins. No gain.
See, that is the tackle zone. The Arizona Cardinals call it the outside zone. They're really trying to hit that thing over the tackle. It can go anywhere. It can go outside. It can go all the way across the board on the backside gaps. It's so difficult if they're going to emphasize the chop block on the backside and not doing it. That means it's going to be very difficult to get that speed bump or that wall built on the backside, and that's a big part of that play.
3 receivers, all to the right on 3rd and 5. Barkley, Nelson makes the catch, but cut down short of the first down marker.
That is a nice tackle in the open field right there. J.J. Nelson coming underneath, cleared it out with the 2 receivers, and J.J. came now underneath. A good throw by Barkley. Just kind of a tough play on J.J. Nelson. Not much he could do.
KO coming through, able to upend him.
Boy, that hurts too. That really does. Take a shot in the thigh like that. It's like if you lined up and just walked over to your coffee table and kicked it with your shin as hard as you possibly could.
They get the snap away with 1 second to go on the play clock, and they get 3 more points from the Catman. Chandler Catanzaro ties it at 10. 10-10 tie. 10:55 to go in the first half. The Cardinals scoring drive presented by Santan Ford. Santan Ford and the Arizona Cardinals team is what it takes. 9 plays, 37 yards, and the 45-yard field goal. And for every successful Cardinals field goal, Cigna will make a generous contribution to Cardinals Charities, benefiting the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation.
One of the big pluses so far, I think, for the Arizona Cardinals is all the work that J.J. Nelson is getting as a receiver. Not just a guy that's going to run down the field and you're going to throw the bombs to him, but a guy that's going to work underneath on the short and intermediate as well.
Raymond will down it for Denver.
Really interesting that we're seeing Chandler Catanzaro knock that thing deep into the end zone, and the Broncos taking a knee. Typically in the 4th preseason game, you're going to see a lot of short kicks because you want to watch these guys. You want there to be a return because you want to grade and evaluate so many of the guys that are lining up on kickoff cover running down the field.
Catanzaro not looking like he'll come up short at any point in this game, continuing to send them 7, 8, 9 yards deep. Ronnie Hillman in the game for Denver, and he'll get the carry for the Broncos on first down. And Cardinals quickly swarm around the 5th-year man out of San Diego State.
We were talking about the defensive line, just how deep the Arizona Cardinals are on the defensive line, and Robert Kimdichie lining up in that 3 technique right there, doing a nice job getting the penetration. Did you see the penetration there, Richie, at the point of attack? That's exactly what he's got to do and what he's got to bring to bear on this defense. Extend those hands, those violent hands they talk about, extending them, jabbing into the chest, and removing that guard from the line of scrimmage. That is a good job by Kimdichie.
We'll take a timeout for the injury.
Hope he is okay. The fact he could put any weight on it whatsoever is amazing to me.
Back to action to the air on 2nd down and 8. Complete to Raymond. He's across the 30.
Another staple of the Gary Kubiak offense. Go ahead and misdirection. Go ahead and run that tackle zone to the right, come back and throw a wide receiver screen to the left. That is Gary Kubiak in a nutshell. A lot of misdirection in his offense, a lot of boots, a lot of waggles, rolling out to the weak, rolling out to the strong side with a quarterback on the move.
3rd and 4, Lynch didn't get the ball. And it'll be 4th down for Denver as Lynch able to fall on it. You remember last year it was the issue between Manning and Kubiak and what offense are we going to do and who's going to be in charge of the offense and how's it going to go. I don't imagine there'll be any such debate as Trevor Siemian, 2nd-year man, a 7th-round pick out of Northwestern, I think will run whatever Coach Kubiak tells him to.
Yeah, that debate has been settled. No doubt about it. Gary Kubiak, it's one of the reasons why he loved Brock Osweiler.
Ellington back. Low punt. And he'll leave it alone. And it'll be down at 24. "47-yard punt from the rookie Riley Dixon. Tied at 10. Tied at 10, 9:02 to go in the first half. This season, Sanderson Ford will recognize our servicemen and women through their Seats for Soldiers programs. This week, we honor Navy Petty Officer 2nd Class Timoteo Legaspi. For more information on the program, visit sandersonford.com.
God bless our troops.
That's neat stuff.
Wherever they may be.
First down at 24. Penny the back. Barkley instead going to play action and hit the tight end Vallis. And he's still on his feet into Denver territory.
What a nice job by Vallis right there down the sideline. This is well executed play action. There it is, the bash and the bomb, right? Well, this time you're going to throw it underneath. Vallis does a nice job right there with the little hurdle. He's more of an H-back. He really is not a true tight end. He's not a fullback. He's more of an H-back.
Trying to stick in this his rookie year. His brother, a member of the Buffalo Bills, a defensive end. So the brother tandem as they go to Penny, and Penny has got things popping tonight.
That is beautiful. Once again, you're going to line up in 12 personnel, look like a check with me. It's where the quarterback walks up and says, you know what, I like the bubble over here. Let's run towards the bubble. We'll run it to the right, but he's got the ability to go right or left with a balanced set. Well executed tackle zone. Penny ripped it for 5. That's a thing of beauty.
When Penny makes contact,
you feel it.
Sounds like somebody's snapping their fingers from up here. There we go again. And he gets stopped at the line, and we go check downstairs to check in with Jody.
Hey guys, one name we keep hearing from Bruce Arians is Cole Toner and the physicality that he's displaying on the offensive line. And with Toner, you look at him from coming in from Harvard. He's drafted in the first round. First Harvard offensive lineman drafted in the taken in the draft at all since Matt Burke in 1998. Guys.
Cole Toner, really, really smart guy. Not as big as you'd like, maybe not as strong, not as fast, but man, he's smart and he's absorbed the paradigm and then regurgitates it very, very well.
On the ground, 3rd down and 4. Penny causing people to lose their helmets.
What a great thing that is, Richie. You're playing the game of football, you're down there. Bash somebody and his helmet goes rolling off. I don't know why these guys don't have their bonnets buttoned up a little bit better here, but you can see this. You can see the down blocks and then pulling those uncovered linemen. And then Cole Toner turning up through. He shows the ability and the agility. Get a hat on a hat there.
Again on 1st down. And wearing him down, and for the first time tonight, we have a penalty flag. Penny picking up some steam.
Doing a great job running that outside zone, the tackle zone.
Holding. Offense, number 80. It's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
Moma gets caught.
Well, you look at Ifani Moma once again in 12 personnel, and there he is at the point of attack. Called him for holding right there, and that's just an awful call. I honestly, that is an awful call, and we should have known it was an awful call because I believe the back judge was the guy that actually threw that flag.
You're correct.
You have to be kidding me. That is an awful call. If that's holding, you'd throw that flag every play.
1st and 20, they'll go to the air. Try to get some back. They'll get a nice chunk on a little flip out to Elijah Penny. And a rookie undrafted free agent out of Idaho. A little bit of everything.
This is why the Arizona Cardinals love this kid Penny. 6'2", 235 pounds. Just runs a little out, you dump it on him. Now watch this. Okay, boom. I mean, that's the way you turn a human being into a speed bump. Boom. Dip and rip at 235 pounds.
Plus 17 on the pitch and catch. They'll keep the workout going for Penny. 1st down, Arizona.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is the kind of drive that every veteran down on the sideline standing there, they love this. That's right. Get this game over. Keep grinding that clock, boys. We got Labor Day coming up. Run the ball.
And for some who make the roster, what a weekend to celebrate and feel good about yourself. Barkley Going on first down, and it's caught inside the 10. What a throw from Barkley to Bundy, the rookie out of New Mexico.
See, that's the power of Bruce Arians and the offense of 12 personnel. Where you got two tight ends. They've been running the ball so effectively. Now they come back, they just release those two tight ends, run a post, and there's Bundy. That is a great throw by Matt Barkley in the face of pressure.
Henry Melton unloaded on him. Barkley sharp tonight, 9 of 11. And incomplete, really dangerous little flip, trying to get it to Penny. And you wondered if Norman looked up, if he wasn't able to snare that one out of the air.
Oh my goodness, Richie, have you ever been stuffed in a garbage can and then dumped off the back of a pickup truck going 60? Because that's what just happened to Kerwin Williams. That was nasty right there. That's when you go back to the huddle and you say, you know what, Matt, next time just throw that at my feet, please. Just go ahead and dump it at my feet. My mom would appreciate it.
Norman with the big hit. And this a little bit more to his liking as he gets down out of the way of Bronco firing in down inside the 7, near the 6.
Just running the inside zone. The inside zone is more of a north-south play. Very, very physical and a lot different than the tackle zone or the outside zone that we've seen the Cardinals run as well. You want to keep those defensive linemen guessing as to whether you're going parallel or whether you're going perpendicular.
Empty set on 3rd and goal. Williams split to the left. Barkley looks that way, now takes the snap. Goes over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Flies out of the back of the end zone. Tried to get it to Jackson Shipley. Got a touchdown last week against the Texans. Couldn't get another one here tonight.
Dangerous throw right there by Matt Barkley. He tried to stuff a Twinkie into a toaster. It's very, very difficult to actually get that Twinkie into that toaster.
Captain Zero from 24 to give Arizona the lead. And he does. First lead this preseason for the Cardinals. Timeout. 18-10, 2:46 to go first half. Welcome back to our Ford broadcast booth, brought to you by your Arizona Ford dealers. Cardinals fans, remember to take your game to Lone Butte, Equiva, or Wild Horse Pass Casinos. Raymond back deep. Take this one out. And gets it up near the 20. Here's Jody.
Well, guys, while there are a lot of jobs on the line here tonight, one was decided earlier in the week. There was the competition for the long snapper position with longtime veteran Mike Leach retiring between Daniel Dillon and Cameron Canaday. Dillon was cut earlier this week. Canaday, the rookie from Portland State, it's a lifelong dream. I asked him, guys, when did he start? His career as a long snapper. Mike Leach didn't start till later in his football career, but he started during Pop Warner, so he was young, and his dad, Bob, was a snapper at Western Oregon, and he gave a lot of credit to his roommate, Daniel. Of course, that's tough, being in a competition and being roommates, but he said he pushed him the whole way, guys.
Yeah, that is so difficult right there, Jody, when you think about those guys being roomies, and they're competing for one job. And there can only be one deep snapper on a football team.
And good for him. That's a long way from the Big Sky.
Yeah, it is. Nice play by Robert Gandici on that last play, getting penetration Right now, Kandichi doing a nice job, and you want to see him build up that endurance, right? He's going to be in a rotation this year, a deep defensive line rotation.
This is
you want to see him build it up.
Warning.
We're at the 2-minute warning. Timeout in Arizona. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Arizona with a 3-point lead. Nice shot.
Yeah, the Red Sea looking a little orange this evening, isn't it?
It certainly is. I'll be excited. Won the Super Bowl last year. Get to start the season on a week from today against Carolina Panthers at home. Lynch throws incomplete, trying to get it to Raymond. Brooks had coverage.
I'd like to see that out of Cariel Brooks. Here is a guy that started the game very, very rough. Missed a tackle that turned into a touchdown. Play that he's got to make, should have made, and has to make. Yet he's done a nice job. Made a couple of nice tackles after that. Picked himself off the ground and has made a nice play down the field.
3rd down and 12. And we're going to go the safe way. That'll make him 0 for 4 on 3rd downs today. Morrow with the tackle. And Hillman gets some yardage, but not nearly enough. 30-second timeout for the Cardinals. Give themselves a little time to work. Well, I know you've enjoyed going out to training camp every single day, but that's over now, Wolf. We've got to look forward to the regular season.
Oh, yeah. You know, you look at the first 6 weeks in particular. You see New England, Tampa Bay, Buffalo, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and New York. Not a lot of prolific passing teams right there. Not until you get to Seattle. A team that can throw the ball down the field and do it very well.
Wow, Shipley telling everybody to get away from it. And now Denver, that job is Riley Dixon's. He's a rookie. They made the move and went young in the punter spot. That's 2 poor punts tonight.
Boy, that's as bad as it gets right there.
And the first one, Wolf, he mishit it, but he got a decent roll out of it.
Absolutely.
That is just a misfire off the tee going nowhere.
No, that is tough right there from Mr. Dixon.
That's 18 yards.
Looked like he hit that right off the inside. Almost missed it.
Following the 18-yard punt, Cardinals started midfield. Williams to Barkley's right. Matt escapes pressure over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Bundy couldn't come down with it.
Oh, this is a great job by Matt Barkley right here. I mean, again, it's little things like this that will show up on film. Stepping up in the pocket and throwing a strike. Watch Matt Barkley step up in the pocket right here and then throw a strike down the field. Yeah, it was a little high. Bundy got 2 hands on it. You got to catch that ball if you want to be an NFL receiver.
Back to the air again on 2nd down and 10. Shipley catches, turns up, pushed out of bounds. Clock stops, chains move.
You want to see your quarterback be poised in the pocket. And that's exactly what Matt Barkley did right there. Did a nice job once again, taking a step up, relaxing in the pocket, going through his progression, finding the open receiver, and then making an accurate throw. That's being an NFL quarterback.
Gain of 19. Back to work again. Caught and almost decapitated. Bundy holds on to it. What a pop.
Yeah, that's a booty bomb right there. Got a player down on the field right now.
Henry Milton.
And you hate to see that. You see Bundy just sit that thing down right there. Great timing, but man, that is a flash bomb. going off right there. That hurts.
Anderson coming across. Wolf, you've done so much tonight. Kicked by a donkey, stuffed in a trash can, going down the freeway 60. You can't just give me that hurts.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, you know, honestly, I was asking you if you've ever been stuffed in a garbage can and dumped off the back of a pickup going 60.
The first part, yes. The second part, no. Back to that early schedule, and a good point you were making about not prolific quarterbacks in the first 6, which can give the defensive time to shore up some things, especially in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, once again, that back end of the Cardinals secondary, we all know Brandon Williams is going to be the starter, I think, week 1 against the New England Patriots. And then, yeah, you've got Jameis Winston, vastly improved, Mike Evans as well, but Patrick Peterson is going to be lined up over Mike Evans the vast majority of the time. It seems to be a perfect schedule for Brandon Williams, getting the opportunity to go out there and learn without maybe giving up 3 touchdowns. Now again, these are NFL quarterbacks he's going to be working against, and NFL receivers, but at least it's not like it's Drew Brees throwing the ball, right?
And it's not Tom Brady in week 1.
And it's not Tom Brady. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. Big difference, wouldn't you say, Rich?
Really big. Jimmy will be worried about his own issues. And this one is going to be snuffed out immediately. Williams doesn't go anywhere. Silly man right there, as if he was in the huddle knowing the play call.
Yeah, speed draw. Some people call it the sprint draw right there. It's worked very, very effectively for the Cardinals. Matter of fact, Richie, last year, Andre Ellington ran that very play against the Seattle Seahawks and put the dagger in the heart, metaphorically speaking.
Check the back half of the regular season.
Well, we were talking about that first half, and it's much more formidable. All right, Cleet, thank you very much. It's much more formidable in the second half of the season. Got some teams that obviously are going to be playing the division. San Francisco and Seattle, of course, but anytime you play Drew Brees, look out. Washington Redskins, I think, will be vastly improved. So will the Falcons.
Minnesota, who knows what happens there at the quarterback spot. Bridgewater going down, and there's a flag. False start.
False start. Offense, number 80, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Cleet had a good year last year, refereed the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Also was right in the middle of that coin flip. Remember that? Overtime. Coin that did not flip. Spun in the air like a saucer.
It's a mishit. If it happens.
It
happens.
That was a big deal at the time.
Under a minute to go. Barkley complete over the middle. Nice shifty move by Moma.
Well, it's good to see Fonny Moma bounce back and actually make a play, because PA will be breaking grease boards on that penalty.
Gain of 12. Third down. Barkley going end zone. Shipley's got it. Touchdown, Arizona.
That's big time right there, Matt Barkley. The skinny post. Middle of the field closed. That is a great throw by Matt Barkley. Look at that, right in between the safety in the middle of the field. Watch him, Richie, right there. That is a great read. And then to have the arm strength to zip it in there. A nice job by Jackson Shipley. And you can see he is all fired up. That is so cool to see that right there. Good for you, Matt Barkley.
Second consecutive week, Shipley's caught a touchdown. 10-point lead. 30 seconds to go, first half.
They just love to see young guys making plays. Now I realize second and third team guys that are out here, but you're playing with second and third team guys as well. No fault of your own. You still got to make plays. You still got to make the correct reads. You still have to run the correct route. You still have to execute, catch the ball. You know, I told you at the top of the broadcast, Richie, that I thought the Arizona Cardinals knew who their 53 are, or had a very, very good idea. There may be some guys that are out here tonight that might change the minds of Steve Keim, Bruce Arians, and his coaching staff.
Cardinals scored the last 20 points of the half.
I would imagine right now B.A.'s liking what he's seeing, especially in the run game offensively. They have come off the ball with a dark heart.
Raymond catches it on a knee. Well, the hardest work the starters got tonight is they got introduced and had to run by the big flames.
Yeah.
That may have broken a little bit of a sweat. That's it.
That's kind of the great thing of preseason game number 4, right? I mean, as a starter, you get to be introduced and the flames are going off and the crowd's going nuts, and you run out there and the rest of the game you don't do a doggone thing.
See what Lynch can do. On first down, hit and dropped, and they got the face mask, and here come the flags.
Oh boy, it looked like he got it bad too.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask. Defense, number 72. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down, Denver.
Third penalty tonight for Arizona.
You have no idea how much this hurts right here. 4-man rush, and watch Olsenbier right there get the cage. He did let it go at the end.
Well, I know it's not going to help with the coach, but in his defense, he couldn't see him. He knew he was there, but he couldn't see what he was grabbing at.
Yeah.
From the 40. Lynch hit as he throws, incomplete.
Yeah, I think somebody got his arm right there. A 4-man rush once again. This is trending really, really well. This is what you want to see from the Arizona Cardinals. The ability to rush 4 guys. Look at big Kareem Martin coming around. Shaq Riddick as well. You want to be able to get pressure on a cue with Ford. If you can do that, boy, that is a big advantage for a defensive coordinator.
Pressure again, setting up a screen. Bibbs got the ball and tripped himself right at the line of scrimmage.
You look at Paxton Lynch right here. Yeah, he has. Down on the ground he goes once again. Nice job, Kareem. Just giving him a little shot right there, letting him know, okay, yeah, you're running a screen pass, but you're still going to eat some grass.
That'll get us to the end of the first half in Arizona. Matt Barkley threading some needles, and Arizona using a punishing ground game. Captain Zero, a couple of field goals, and Shipley with a nice sliding grab for a 10-point lead at the half. 20-10 lead at the half. Let's check in with Jody.
Well, Coach, quite a throw there by Matt Barkley as you guys take the lead by 10. What did you think of Matt directing the offense?
I thought he did a nice job. A little bit of a slow start on the sack fumble, but other than that, I thought he did a real nice job, especially on third down in that 2-minute drive.
Wanted to ask you, John Brown started this game. What did you want to see out of him in this final tune-up?
Just playing under the lights and in the crowd, make sure he didn't get a headache, and he was wide open for the touchdown on the sack fumble, so there's no sense putting him back out there.
All right, let me ask you one last question. D-line, we know there's a lot of crucial decisions coming up. Some guys on the bubble maybe on the D-line. And then you've got guys that you know maybe have made the team. But who stood out to you either way from either group?
Well, it's hard to watch the lines of scrimmage from the sideline, but I thought our defensive line really dominated the second quarter stuff in their running. I thought our young offensive linemen did a real nice job in the running game. Chris Hubert is always still impressing me a little bit. And Jackson Shipley's had a nice day. But I think Matt Barkley so far has been a surprise.
All right, Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, head coach Bruce Arians. Guys, back up to you.
You knew he'd like the running game.
Oh, yeah. But you also know that he likes his wide receivers as well. Mentioned Chris Hubert right there, a guy that I think is headed for the practice squad. That's just my opinion. Jackson Shipley has had 2 very good training camps. It's going to be interesting to see what they do there. Again, the wide receiver room, after the defensive line room, Richie, the wide receiver room probably the deepest.
Another touchback. Raymond has no place to go with it. Think of Paxton Lynch in the first half. I know he's going to be a little sore tomorrow, but he's certainly displayed an arm.
Oh, he's got everything that you want in an NFL quarterback. He really does. It's just going to be what happens when he takes the snap and what is his brain telling him when he takes the snap, goes into his drop, and tries to read coverage. Where's the disconnect, if there is any at all?
On the first play of the second half, flag is down, and Lynch slides down at the 34.
Holding. Offense, number 70. It's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Robert Myers Jr., first penalty for Gary Kubiak's team.
That is a great job by Olsen Pierre right there, getting a pass rush off the play action once again and forcing Paxton Lynch out of the pocket. Look, you don't always have to come down with a sack. You don't always have to create pressure. You draw penalties like that, that's noticed by coaches as well.
Loss of 10. First down over. Pass complete up to the 25. Frazier with another reception.
Love that right there, right? Classic play, throwing that 4 route, the 10 to 12 yard hook on the outside. Paxton Lynch doing a nice job with that delivery. Boy, he seems like the total package. Just wonder whether or not he's got the brain.
Lynch over the middle, tipped and incomplete.
Boy, DB coaches love to see that. Defenses doing a nice job making a play on the ball, getting the hand on the ball. You see Donald Butler right there. Look at him shoot that left hand over the top and bat the pig into the air.
Clemens right in the area as well, trying to come down with the crowd. Going to make a little noise on 3rd down and 10. Here comes 5 from Arizona, and Lynch able to get the corner. That will be escorted out of bounds short of the first down. Hartfield there to cut him off.
Well, it is a couple of times now we have seen pressure coming off the edge from Shaq Riddick. Shaq Riddick, a guy that is trying to make this team, and he's taken the long road if that's what he's trying to do, because he's missed an awful lot of time due to injury in training camp. It's going to be difficult for him to show enough to actually make this team.
Let's see if Riley Dixon can get off a good punt. Bounce and out of bounds near the 30. Cardinals will get the ball back for the first time in the second half. 10-point lead for Arizona. First offensive possession of the second half. That's presented by Toro.
Boy, they really have been able to run the ball, and Elijah Penny especially has delivered some punishment here. Kerwin Williams doing a nice job as well.
And they'll pick up in the second half where they really got it going in the first half. Gain of 13 by Elijah Penny.
Yeah, that's a nice job right there by Elijah Penny. Go ahead and watch this right here, Richie. This is the meat right here. This is the grinder right here. And now it's time to make the sausage, isn't it? Go ahead and run it, boys. Thank you. Look at that nice cut right there as well. Elijah Penny looking really, really strong.
Pretty nifty feet for a guy 235. There's up again and carries a whole herd of Broncos with him up to the 45.
Boy, I'll tell you, this has been very, very impressive out of this second-team offensive line they've run out there. That's Evan Boehm, big Cole Toner, John Wetzel out there. Antoine McLean playing left guard. Rob Crisp. They've been coming off the ball.
11 carries, 52 yards. Penny will get it again. And we always have some fun, especially in the second half of this fourth and final preseason game. Since the starters get the night off, Jody will visit. He's got Larry Fitzgerald lined up. And I understand Larry knows how to tackle.
Yeah, oh yeah, he does.
Did he get you again?
Did it to me again, Richie.
Got you again?
Again. Well, you just don't expect it while you're emceeing at a kickoff luncheon. I don't know about you, but I just did not expect it.
Did your suit come out okay? Third down. Complete Shipley. Yeah, I think if you're emceeing an event and you're in a suit, you may not expect a future Hall of Famer to tackle you.
No, you don't. Especially from the blind side. See, that it just goes to show you, Richie. I mean, you just don't trust a guy from Pitt. Just don't do it.
That coming from a man who went to West Virginia. Fair enough.
I mean, Brutus went to Pitt. Isn't that right, Caesar?
Ground again on first down. Broncos trying to pull the ball out of Penny's arms.
Boy, I love this again, the mentality right here. We got a guy we want to look at. That's what Bruce Arians is saying. We want to see Elijah Penny right here. What do you say we run the ball and shorten this game? that is a beautiful strategy, if you ask me, Richie.
Penny on 2nd and 6, delivering the blow. And speaking of delivering blows, Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Now, see, once again, what am I supposed to do? I ask you, rip my leg out? What if I tried to escape and rip my leg out and kicked him right in the face?
This is good. Another look at that, a low replay.
You could say it. Blindsided, I say. A two brute.
3rd down and 2, incomplete.
I love this right here, though. This is a great read by Matt Barkley. He's throwing hot. This is what an NFL quarterback's got to do. You throw the hot, he just threw it on the back shoulder. Little behind. But again, Stump Mitchell, the running back coach, he's going to say to Penny, you got to catch that ball. Yeah, it was on your back shoulder. Wasn't a great throw. You got to catch it. Not too many assistant coaches in the NFL suffer excuses very well.
And they're going to test the leg.
Yeah. How about this?
Does he have it from 59? Let's find out. Yeah, he got it!
By the hair of his chinny chin. Chandler Catanzaro. Boy, How about that? Never has a kicker ever energized me in the 4th preseason game. 59 yards. And Chandler just split it right down the seam.
Oh, yeah. Bring on the Patriots. 23-10 following the 59-yard field goal.
I mean, electrified by the Catman.
Teammates loved it. Oh, take this one out. Raymond with a little surprise attack. Wow. Cool. He paused for a minute. Loma not fooled.
Watch this, 59 yards right here. I promise you, if we were playing this game in Mexico City, they'd have stormed the field after that. 59 yards. I was down there when we played that game in Mexico City, right? And every time the kicker would kick the ball, Richie, whether it was kicking it off or kicking a field goal or an extra point, the crowd went absolutely nuts.
That's our SRP power performance, and he's feeling good. Bibbs right side, slips out of a tackle, still loose. And out of bounds, up across the 40. And here's Jody with number 11.
That's right. Now, Fitz, you were cheering big time the 59-yard field goal all game long. I know you're not in game action today, but you have been the biggest cheerleader, haven't you?
Well, I love to see the guys, get a chance to go out there and compete. Like Shipley and Britt, guys like that you don't see playing in the regular season games. Get a chance to come out here and play the whole game and shine. It's really exciting to watch them do it.
You got to be ready in 10 days for the New England Patriots here in this building. It's going to be electric. The offense so far, first team, what you've done in the small sample, how ready do you guys feel right now?
Well, I can only speak for the time I've been out there. I was out there for exactly one series in the first game. I wasn't out there the last 2 games or last 3 games for that matter. So, you have to ask a guy that's been out there. I'm ready to get back on the field and help my team moving forward, though.
You physically feeling good?
I'm great.
Now, let me ask you, I know you've been tackling, you've been working on that. Ron Wolfley's in the booth right now. He actually is worried about you. He said, what if his foot came up and actually hit you? So he's worried about your well-being right now.
I'm not some guy from West Virginia. I'm not some soft guy from West Virginia. I'm a tough Pittsburgh guy. We can deal with anything. And Wolf needs to have his head on a swivel. He's walking around just too unaware of what's going on.
You have to be ready for retribution here?
Do I have to be what?
Ready for retaliation, retribution?
No, I'm not worried about him. Wolf is soft, man. He's soft as cotton candy. Yeah.
Soft? Wolf, I don't know. It's just gotten elevated right now. We're on another level.
Wolf used to be tough. Back in the day, he used to be real tough. Now, his wife runs him around the house. He's doing dishes and washing the clothes, making the bed every morning. He's soft.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah. Message for you. Yes,
yeah,
Wolf.
Jody, tell Larry he better get ready for a lot of cotton candy stuffed down his throat.
You better get ready for a lot of cotton candy stuffed down your throat.
Talk is cheap, Wolf. Talk is cheap.
All right, good stuff, Larry. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Jody.
Oh,
Larry
boy.
Fitzgerald getting ready for the season. Mid-season form, by the way, on the tackling.
Oh, I don't know how we're going to top that. 8:04.
We're having the backyard brawl live on the air here.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's almost like he heard you say something bad about Pitt. That's good stuff.
Cotton candy.
Shipley, stiff arm, and gets cut down at the 30. Flag down.
Well, he is right about one thing. I need to have my head on a swivel. And I'm here to tell you, Richie, that's twice now. It will not happen again.
You haven't commented about
During the kick, illegal block in the back. Return team number 41. It's a 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, Arizona.
the duties you do or don't do around the house. You just let that sit quietly. You said you've been run, dishes. We'll take that as a sign for you to great teammate.
Okay. I mean, please.
It never ends.
To the ground. Knock it off, Fitz.
23-10, Cardinals over the Broncos. Welcome back to our Ford broadcast booth, brought to you by your Arizona Ford dealers. Williams back, he'll get the carry on first down, and the power approach continues for the Cardinals. 2 days after every Cardinals win, get 50% off regular menu price online orders using promo code Cardinals50 at papajohns.com. Do that 14 times last year.
Well, you don't have one, do you, Richie? Big pizza pie up here. Double pepperoni. Smothered in sausage. Hold the sauce.
Ground again on second down. Not much doing in the middle for Williams.
Well, again, the Cardinals trying to run the ball here and establish that running game. Boy, they're getting a lot of good looks at a guy like Evan Bain. Evan Bain really has come along, the 4th round pick out of Mizzou. Guy that got off to a slow start, I would say, by all accounts in training camp, but has really, really picked it up in the last 10 days.
3rd and 6, here comes pressure off the corner. Barkley gets out of it and gets it to Shipley.
Oh, baby. Oh, this is going to look really, really nice, Matt Barkley on tape. Watch this. 4-man rush, steps up in the pocket, has a guy hanging on his leg, throws it down the field, and that is a strike to Jackson Shipley. Boy, that's big time right there. Matt Barkley starting to flash some of that shiny stuff.
Suleiman couldn't get him down. Barkley completes it for 30. Going to go back to work here. Trying the quick one on the check down to Williams. Couldn't connect.
You know, he was under duress right there, but even that was a good decision by Matt Barkley. He turned around. He realized, my goodness, the pocket is collapsing off of play action. It's hard to see downfield coming off of play action when you turn your back to the line of scrimmage trying to fake to the running back, then turn around, and now all of a sudden you feel pressure, and he still dumped it knowing where his running back was going to be. That's a plus.
Williams on 2nd and 10. Able to slip through and get down to the 45.
Well, you see how slippery Kerwin Williams was right there? This is exactly why it's going to be a hard thing for the Arizona Cardinals to let this kid walk away. Running the tackle zone right here, tries to bounce it outside, then makes that north-south couple. Look at him. Let him find that daylight. Keep his eyes up. Those legs churning. Kerwin Williams is an NFL running back.
Barkley to the air on 3rd down. Sideline coming back, incomplete. Hubert couldn't come down with it.
That honestly is a great throw once again by Matt Barkley. Look at this. He's throwing it to the back shoulder. And the reason why he's throwing it to the back shoulder, he's reading the body language of the cornerback. He knows the corner isn't behind him where you want to throw it over the top. He's running side by side. That means you throw the back shoulder. That is a great throw by Barkley. Should have been caught.
Butler's punt is end over end. A little bit of an off-balance catch by Raymond. Flag back at the 45.
Boy, punters have gotten so good at doing that right now. It's no longer the 20, Rich. It's no longer about punts inside the 20.
During the kick, holding, return team number 59. Penalties half the distance to the goal line. First down.
Special teams coaches now, they want to see you put it inside the 10.
5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Fans enjoying up close view of Broncos and Cardinals backed up against the end zone, and this place is going to be humming when the Patriots get in here.
Oh, baby. You got that right. The fur is going to fly.
Center stage on Sunday Night Football.
Boy, what a great job at the point of attack right there. You'll love to see that. Honestly, you don't care that there's second and third team guys that are out there right now. You don't. Some of these guys, most of these guys out on the field tonight, they're going to make this team. They're going to make the team. You want to see your backups go out there and ball. Right now, Xavier Williams is balling.
Bibbs the back. Instead, Lynch going to go to the air out of his own end zone. Nice pass. Complete pass to 25. Connect with the tight end, John Phillips, 8-year man.
Boy, this is one of those throws right there that's got Gary Kubiak over there pumping the fist inside the jacket. Yes. Yes, Paxton Lynch. Look at this. You got the four-man rush. Look at Kimdichie. Did you see Kimdichie bury the guard? Oh, boy. That's going to look sweet as candy on film.
Lynch moving around. Fake. He's going to take it out of bounds. And to the point you made about second and third team guys having to play, Coach brought up an interesting point saying that the guys that you're going to have out there tonight are guys you're going to need at a lot of points during the season, but especially as things happen, you need them in big times in November and December when injuries happen. It's part of the game.
No doubt about it. But again, the philosophy is here as well. A defensive coordinator has been talking to these guys. Even though they're second and third teamers, he's been talking to them just like he talks to the starters. How we go about our business and how we play the game of football.
Lynch with another nice dart. His former teammate Mo Frazier. Helmets flying all over the field.
Well, that's because he's got the bunt. See, that's the problem right there. How in the world do you put the bunt up and then have that thing buckled up? Look at that. Well, you know what? Pierre got his hands a little bit high right there, but still, how do you play the game of football with the bunt?
I'm going to tell Myers to maybe get the bun lower, or just no bun at all.
Shave it off.
Play action. Wow. Another connection. You don't think Frazier and Lynch threw a few passes together in Memphis?
Boy, that is a great throw by Paxton Lynch. And a nice job by Marquis Christian coming up and putting a hat on him. But that is a great throw. Oh, did you see the way Marquis Christian put his helmet right on the ball, Richie? Did you ever have your hand caught in a blender? That's what that feels like. Great job by Marquis.
First down. And Lynch off his back foot has enough arm to get it to Taylor. And they'll have it inside the 5.
Oh boy.
Cardinal injured, 32-yard gain. Flag down as well on the sideline.
We got Kareem Martin down as well, I believe, Rich. Right on the 43. And it doesn't look good.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 35. Penalties decline. Yardage is enough for a first down.
So Brooks called for the penalty. The gain of 32 will stand.
Oh. Kareem Martin. You watch him, he's coming from the right side of your screen. He comes inside. Oh boy, it doesn't look good. Let's hope Kareem Martin is okay.
(23-10), but Denver threatening. That's the one thing you don't want to see in this final preseason game. Bibbs the back, first and goal. From the 4, he'll get the carry, try the right side. Maybe one.
Done a nice job at the point of attack, but you go back to that play with Kareem Martin and you watch him. It looks like his leg buckles, his left leg, and Kareem was on the ground banging his fist, but the good news is he walked off at the very end, the last 5 yards to the sideline. He told the trainers to get away from him, and he actually walked on it.
He'll do that as well right now.
That's positive. That is a positive sign.
Crowd going to make some noise. Lynch going to throw for the touchdown to Taylor.
Boy, Jordan Taylor has just worn out the Arizona Cardinals here tonight. I mean, he has been all over the field. Seems like he was targeted as many times as his number. Made a lot of plays. Paxton Lynch. Looks like the Denver Broncos might have something to work with number 12.
Sure does. 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. Trevor Siemian will be the starting quarterback to start the season. Let's check in with Jody.
Guys, on Kareem Martin, he is walking right now down the sideline and into the tunnel, but it is a left knee injury, and he will not return to the game.
Yeah, let's hope that Kareem Martin is okay, because he really has had a great training camp. He's had a great camp. Really improved. You've got that edge where Chandler Jones is going to be on one side, Marcus Golden on the other. And Kareem Martin, for the most part, was going to back up Chandler Jones. Then on the other side, you're going to have Alex Okafor. It's four guys the Cardinals really like coming off the edge. Kareem Martin is very similar in his stature to a Chandler Jones. A long guy. Really seem to be making a lot of progress. I hope it's nothing serious for that kid.
What a drive by Denver. 8 plays, 94 yards. Taylor.
Well, if I were Paxton Lynch, I'd be smiling too.
Why not?
Did you see that?
How about Taylor? Gone at him 8 times. He's caught 4 of them for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Have a day.
First one sprinting down on special teams.
Oh, there's nothing better than that right there. You know, Richie, I've been in the end zone a time or two in my career. I mean 4 to be exact. But I've been in the end zone. Let me tell you, there's nothing like that. Scoring a touchdown, then all of a sudden they run the guy out with a bad face mask and a weird last name, and he tees the ball up and kicks it down the field. And you just run like a banshee, with your hair on fire, screaming the whole way, seeking destruction.
Penny into the open field. And he'll get it up to the 45. KO saved an even bigger game. Plus
Boy,
20.
This kid, how about Elijah Penny right here? You're running the inside zone. Elijah Penny bounces that to the outside, right over the C gap. My goodness, he has looked impressive here tonight.
15 carries now for Penny, 82 yards.
Give it to him again.
They will. He'll muscle his way near midfield, and that'll get us to the end of the third quarter. If you think Wolf's been entertaining in the first 3 quarters, fourth quarter of preseason game number 4. Hold on. You never know what's coming.
Somebody's going to get you, Rich. And your little dog, too.
Start of the fourth quarter. Arizona with the ball and a 23-17 lead. Elijah Penny in the game is the back. And the ground part of the offense continues to be the focal point in preseason game number 4.
Yeah, I would be surprised right now here in the witching hour, the fourth quarter of the fourth preseason game, if we saw that strategy change. And it really is, even though, again, these are the second and third teamers in it. This is Bruce Arians' offense. He loves to run the ball, the bash and the bomb. That is his philosophy. Run it in between the tackles, then use play action and throw it over the top.
Barkley to the air. Moma makes the catch. Well, the referees working on some things as well. Cleet Bakeman going to sit out part of this quarter. Joe LaRue, the side judge, now moves into the referee spot, and they'll work with 6.
Apparently it's a coup d'etat.
So now does Cleet get to go to the sideline and yell at the coaches?
Apparently.
On first down, Penny again.
There's going to be some sore Denver Broncos tomorrow in that trading room. Have we run the ball 150 times tonight? Because it feels that way.
I tell you what, Williams and Penny both pay off their runs.
Wow. Well, I don't know if anyone pays it off like Elijah Penny, 235 pounds. Rich, have you ever been hit by a guy who weighs 235 pounds?
Well, thankfully, I have not. Complete to Bundy. Do my best to get out of the way of things that are that big, moving at fast speeds.
Yeah. Well, trust me, it hurts. Imagine if you just closed your eyes and sprinted into your block wall 10 yards in front of you. Even you could generate enough speed to hurt yourself.
Penny on first down, twisting his way inside the 30.
Boy, this is great. You can tell these guys down there are having a good time. Look at Antoine McLean and coming off the ball, trying to get to the second level right there. This is a street fight, metaphorically speaking.
Well,
you got these young athletic guys out there, right, in the front 7 of the Denver Broncos, these great athletes. What are you going to do when I put 330 on you?
Barkley shuffles, throws. Moma can't corral it at the 15. Penalty marker in the backfield.
That is a play right there. Misdirection. Trying to roll out Barkley a little bit.
Offense, number 16, second down.
And this is a situation where it's a negative for Ifeanyi Moma. It just is. You got to catch that ball. Even though the play was nullified by the holding call, you got to catch that ball. That's how coaches grade it. It's not the result of the play, the end of the play. It's what you did during the play, whether it counted or not.
Looks like those 3 are having a good time. Patrick, Larry, and Cleet.
See Ifeanyi Moma trying to find his mouth guard right now. They're tossing it all over the field.
2nd and 18 after the penalty by Shipley. Incomplete. Bundy can't hold it.
Seeing Ifeanyi Moma once again. Watch this throw right here by Matt Barkley. Putting it on Bundy out there. And again, you know, that's a ball that maybe he should have caught. Not a bad play by the defender. But on that last play before, they were throwing around Ifeanyi Moma's mouth guard all over the ground. And there's nothing, Rich, like getting a little blood and dirt in your mouth while you're playing the game of football. Nothing better than that. You just kind of grind your teeth into the mouth guard.
Cardinals very good tonight on third down. 7 of 13. And everybody touched it. And Bundy comes down with it.
Are you kidding me? Matt Barkley, you're going to throw that? The back shoulder fade with a safety rolling over the top? That is big time right there, Mr. Bundy, on the back end. And did you see the safety launch into Bundy as well? Hey, that is illegal. That would have been a flag most likely, I think, during a regular season game, but the officials out there operating with 6, even though there were 2 that were looking right at it. You cannot launch yourself into a defenseless receiver, and that's what Bundy was at that point in time, where you contact his neck or his head area. Maybe you hit him lower than that. We can see that shot one more time.
KO with the launch. I thought Lowry may have had an interception on that, watching it in real time.
Yeah, watch it right here. Let's see where he makes the contact. Yeah, you know, I'll tell you, he launched, and that's the neck and the head area. That would have been, he still might be fine.
Shipley in motion. Barkley comes back the other way. They'll stay with the hot hand and see what Bundy can do in the open space. Not too much.
Boy, that was a hooty-hoo right there. That's Matt Barkley looking out at Bundy saying, hey, are you seeing what I'm seeing right here? You seeing all these guys jammed in here? What do you say we make this guy a tackler? I'll just whip it out to you. Everyone else is running a running play. But you and I, with our contact, hooty-hoo. We'll just go ahead and throw.
2nd and 6. Penny inside the 10.
Man, another hole at the point of attack. So impressive here tonight. The backside, you see a huge hole for Elijah Penny. I think he's got to finish that thing. I think he's getting a little tired, to tell you the truth. How many carries is that for
20.
him?
20 carries,
Rich,
100
how did you know
yards.
that? I mean, you're all over the stats.
Well, Wolf, I can't divulge my secrets, but let's just say I'm not running the numbers. Barkley flip out. Bundy, no. Stood up and, wow, popped again and hard. Nixon came in and took a free shot.
You see Bundy right there at the end of that? I'll tell you, he got popped hard.
He didn't do what you did at the kickoff lunch, and he didn't just go down.
No,
he tried to stay up.
Well, if I was playing a game, Rich, I would have tried to stay up as well. Probably would have broken Larry's jaw because he went down to the ground to make the tackle. If I would have kicked my one leg out, I would have shat in his face.
2nd and goal. Flag. And Dallas is right there. Murphy had the coverage and got caught holding. Wade Phillips.
Offensive pass interference, number 89.
Whoa!
2nd down.
Boy, how about that? Little turnabout is fair play. Velez, you can see him now. He's going to sit it down. The ball's out. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't know right there. They need to go back to 7 officials. Forget about the experiment of 6 and how we're going to get through a game with 6. Let's go back to 7. By the way, do you have any over on the sideline you can bring out of the booth maybe? Maybe we'll go to 9.
Well, I was thinking he had got interfered with. Instead, he gets called for it. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back it up. 17. Barkley. Another flag down. So is MoMA inside the 10 near the 7.
No, that was the back judge. He threw it right at where Ifeani MoMA was. Maybe they're going to get the Cardinals again. Let's see.
Holding, defense, number 34.
Will Parks, a rookie from Arizona. He's put the pads on a few people tonight.
Yeah, there's been some really, really good hitting out here. There's nothing like that. I mean, I'll tell you, if our businessmen and women would be able to experience what it's like to button up the bonnet.
Penalty will be accepted. 1st down.
Yeah, you can see he actually did hold Ifani Moma running a return route. That's where you make the defender think you're actually running across the field, or you're going to move in, and then you stop and you run directly back towards the sideline. A lot of times you're going to get a holding call on that play right there.
First down following the penalty. Penny. And it'll take about 5 Broncos to get him down.
Well, they've been running this play all night long, a play that is designed to attack the Denver Broncos front seven, and they're running it to the open end side. They've been doing it all night long, and that hole has been there. Great blocking again at the point of attack. And there's nothing scarier to a little DB than to see a guy who's 235 pounds, 6'2", running with a painted face directly at you. A painted face and a dark heart toting the pig.
And he's going to get it to pay off. That one feels good. 22nd carry of the night, and the home crowd loves it.
Well, this is not going to make Gary Kubiak very happy. Yes, he's got his backups in there, second and third teamers. But the white flag has been hoisted by the Denver front seven. Wow. What an impressive drive by Big Red.
Cardinals going to go for 2. Try to get it to 31.
I'm giving it to 35 again. I'm just going to say stop him. We see your colors, and the colors are white.
Now Joe LaRue going to go to the sideline.
I think he's looking for Cleat Blakeman.
Previous play is under review.
Okay, it's under review right there. Maybe Elijah Penny's knee hit the ground before he broke the plane.
Joe's got to know that that microphone has an off switch too. 9-17 for now. Touchdown is under review. Here's a look.
Take a look at this right here. I don't know how it gets any closer. Is the elbow? When is the elbow? I mean, did you break the plane? Oh my goodness, that is tight. I don't think I've ever seen a football placed on the 1 centimeter line.
The ruling on the field has been changed. The ball was short of the goal line. We first and goal at the half-yard line. First down.
Did you hear the way Joe said that too? With conviction. He's working that microphone tonight. I'm going to say this like it was an absolute, and I hope they buy it. That is, I mean, honestly, you could see that was not a touchdown, that he did not break the plane. Definitively could see it. It was called a touchdown on the field.
Well, here's the ball at 6 inches. Penny stays in.
Guarantee you the Broncos wish they scored.
Barkley. Oh, no signal yet.
On.
No. He didn't make it. Fake to the left, went right, tried to go over the top, couldn't get it done.
First of all, I didn't like the counter quarterback sneak, all right? You fake it to the left, and then you go to the right. Honestly, well, you know what? Not a bad call by the linesman. Upon further review.
Down to the last 2 inches. Shipley motions. Penny. Touchdown.
Wow. Elijah Penny's just got to get that pad level a little bit lower because he got popped. He got that thing in, but it didn't have to break your sternum. Watch Elijah Penny right here. Just a little too high for my liking. Get the pad level down. I mean, that will make you leak. You get hit like that, every orifice in your body opens and stuff comes out of it. There was no reason to put yourself through that type of misery. Get the pad level down.
He'll go for two. Penny the back. He'll get another chance, and this time he'll go in untouched. 31-17.
Yeah, we might have to look at this one here because I don't know how many Denver Broncos wanted to take the cage and square up Elijah Penny.
31-17. Elijah Penny. Big night tonight. It's our tuft and needle sleeper. Tuft and needle. Wake up better.
Man, my hat is off to that rookie. He brought it tonight. That's one of those games where what are you going to do? You're going to let that guy walk out of here? There's going to be some teams that are going to watch that film and pick him up.
Raymond, not much room to run. Penny, 23 carries, 113 yards, and a touchdown.
Here's Elijah Penny right here, showing great vision, getting into the open field, running the tackle zone right here, doing a nice job getting it in, even though the official said he wasn't in. Then he finally got that thing in, but once again, I'd like to see him get that pad level down. Boy, he's had an awesome game here tonight. This is a great thing to see, the running game where you're just pounding away. Yeah, it's second and third teamers, but you sit there and say, our second and third teamers made your second and third teamers quit.
Complete to Frazier. Under 6.5 to go. Paxton Lynch and the Broncos.
Really like what I have seen from Paxton Lynch here tonight.
And that's been his favorite target. Taylor, he can't catch up to that one, but Lynch has made the throws. He's had people hanging on him. He's made some tough throws.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure right here for Paxton Lynch. You see Josh Morrow, I believe. Yeah, Josh Morrow right there getting a shot in on the quarterback. What a nice throw. Good read again. See, that's the kind of thing a coach is going to look at, Rich, and he's going to say, that is the correct read, and you laid it out there for Taylor to go get it.
Thompson the back, and he'll get his first carry of the night on 3rd down and 1. And he'll have just enough. Clete Blakeman is back in, so the man with the white cap only sat out half the 4th quarter. We're back to 7 officials. And John, first down, gets picked. This one's going to go the other way. And it's a touchdown. Gabe Martin read it and got it to pay off for 6 more.
How about that right there? Gabe Martin playing a zone technique in his own room, reading the eyes of Paxton Lynch, jumped in front of the receiver. What a nice play, reading the eyes. Look at that right there. That's big time. Yeah, Gabe. Now watch Paxton Lynch come in here, though. There's going to be some serious conversations between Gary Kubiak and Paxton Lynch about trying to knock Gabe Martin out of the end zone. That's big time form by Paxton. You don't see quarterbacks usually put on the dark heart and the painted face.
.536 to go. I think John Elway might even chime in on this conversation and say, we didn't draft you in the first round to tackle. Let's make that your last career tackle. 38-17 following the pick six. Back to our Ford broadcast booth, brought to you by your Arizona Ford dealers. Rich Cellini, Ron Wolfley upstairs, Cody Jackson downstairs. Your Arizona Ford dealers introduce the all-new Ford Kick-to-Win sweepstakes for the 2016 Cardinals regular season. Win a brand new 2016 Ford F-150. Visit your local FordDealers.com throughout the preseason for information and registration details. For the kick, Raymond with a little room and finds it. 30, 35, and Rassel out of bounds at the 45.
Like the way you said that. Rassel.
We're in wrestling time right now, Wolf. You've had so many good lines. I can bring in some wrestling, I hope. 17, 5:25 to go.
Yeah, right now, Richie, there's some guys on the field. This could be the last 5 minutes and 25 seconds they're going to play.
Thompson gets the carry.
Big Shaq Riddick right there. Very interesting that Kareem Martin, again, we don't know if Kareem Martin is okay. He walked off on his own volition. But if Kareem Martin is going to be nicked up at all, that might open a door for a guy like Shaq Riddick, whom just happened to play for the greatest university of all time, by the way.
Waiting for that. I wasn't going to steal your thunder, but he's
West by God, Virginia. Rich.
Thompson. Guy on the left side. Third-year man out of Duke.
Yeah, right now there's Denver Broncos screaming at Thompson to stay in bounds. Whatever you do, don't be running out of bounds. Apparently they didn't mark him out of bounds.
Didn't you go to Duke? Let's be smart.
I like it, Richie. A little, honestly. Look at the Denver Broncos right there.
Very nice.
Got the orange hats out.
Bucket hat.
A lot of sun out there.
Third and 6. It's left of the crowd making a little noise, and Lynch is going to get dropped. That'll get another sack. Dichie still going to work. Williams in there as well, but Kim Dichie's put together a full night.
Watch the Deach right here. You love to see it. This is exactly the kind of presence the Cardinals are hoping for. Again, from the interior, Robert Nkemdiche. You get that hammer on the inside, man, and that edge on the outside, Chandler Jones just got a whole lot sharper.
I'm going to watch Riley Dixon on Thursday night with an eye when the regular season gets started. We hope the young man holds up a little bit better under pressure than he did tonight, knowing now the job is his. But Kim Dichie has played really well.
Yeah.
The young man who went to Ole Miss, well, that's about as good a tailgate scene as there is in college football in the Grove. All right, let's check in with Jody.
All right, a happy 30th birthday here to Calais Campbell. And Calais, looks like a preseason win would be in order for your birthday. What has this preseason been like for you as you are surrounded now by a couple of new guys on the D-line? It's as deep as it's ever been. What are your expectations for yourself?
It's been great. This whole preseason has been unbelievable. The guys we have in the locker room are all great guys. You really root for all of them. And as deep as we are, man, it's going to be tough decisions tomorrow. But I wish we could keep everybody, but no, it's not the case. So, it's going to be interesting what happens. But no matter what, we're going to be a good team.
You know, Kimdichie looked like played pretty much the entire time out here. What were your thoughts on his play?
He looked pretty good. You know, he just got sacked. You know, that's a good start for him. You know, once you get your beat wet, then it becomes a little easier for him. So, you know, I'm happy for him. He can play in this league. He's gonna be a good player for us. You know, he's missed a lot of camp though, so this game was good. Just a good feel for it.
You've been a veteran, you've been here a long time. Have you been helping him along, kind of mentoring him along the way?
Oh, of course. You know, I take a lot of pride in helping the young guys, and you know, especially in the D-line room. And you know, Kimdichie, he's such a great guy. You know, I give him all the knowledge I got in my head. You know, trying to give it to him. You know, he's always hungry for more too. So, you know, we have a good relationship.
Chandler Jones, I know I've seen you guys during training camp kind of talking a lot. I mean, is there a lot of sharing going on between the two of you right now?
Yeah, you know, Chandler comes in with a lot of knowledge, you know, so we definitely share stories and share moves, and you know, I try some stuff that he does and it's worked, and you know, I see him try some things that I've done, and you know, we really are helping each other a lot. So it's a good combination to have out there.
All right, Calais, we look forward to you kicking it off against the Patriots. Thanks so much and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Guys, up to you.
We're at the 2-minute warning. Third. Flag or 2, maybe 3, Wolf. 2016.
Well, that looks sweet, doesn't it?
Record 13 regular season victories last year.
Well, again, there are 2 big concerns, I think, going into next week, the start of the season. It's all about protection and protecting Carson Palmer. You protect Carson Palmer, Rich, and I am telling you right now, with the talent they have at the skill position, I think the record-setting numbers the Arizona Cardinals posted offensively last year will pale in comparison to what they're going to do in 2016. Every player that gained a yard for the Arizona Cardinals, they're back offensively. Stop and think about that for a minute. That just doesn't happen in the NFL.
And it's a group that's hungry for success. Raymond caught it and immediately got popped. Penalty marker down. Mort may have jumped the gun a bit.
Just a little bit.
Maybe a
but
lot.
That offensively, that is my big concern for the Cardinals offensively. You protect Carson Palmer, he is good.
Kick catch interference, kicking team number 38. Penalties 15 yards from the end of the kick. First down, Denver.
Defensively, the question I want answered is whether or not they're going to be a buttoned-up unit on the back end. It's so important that you are all on the same page, or as Todd Bowles used to say, Richie, the former defensive coordinator used to say, I don't care if they're playing the wrong coverage, just so long as they're all playing the same coverage. It takes leaders in the back end to get them all buttoned up.
Well said. Todd, now the head coach of the Jets.
And if you're buttoned up on that back end, you've got great communication. You've got leaders like a Tyrann Mathieu. You've got Tyvon Branch back there. You've got Tony Jefferson, who's had a great training camp. If they're buttoned up and can communicate the coverage that they're in, boy, that allows James Bettcher to be that much more creative with the front end.
Thompson again, another carry. And that'll do it. They'll let it wind down. Cardinals got the things done they wanted to do tonight. Pressure from the front four. And the running game got going. They got a victory. And they'll go 1-3 in the preseason and get ready for a Sunday night football game against the New England Patriots. Come back with some final thoughts. Arizona wins it 38-17.